Ever wonder why America is the way it is today? Why we value freedom of speech? Why we have a president instead of a king? Or even why our military is structured the way it is? The answers aren't just in textbooks. They're in the dramatic, messy, and incredible story of the American Revolutionary War. Let's decode the past to understand our present. It all started with a simple but powerful idea that ordinary people should have a say in their own government. This wasn't some abstract concept. It was born from real frustrations. Imagine being a colonist like Samuel Adams, watching ships arrive with goods taxed by a government thousands of miles away, a government where you had no voice. This feeling of being ignored, of being taxed without representation, lit a fire. It led to protests, boycotts, and eventually a declaration that all men are created equal, with rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That single document, the Declaration of Independence, is the DNA of modern America. Every time you vote, speak your mind, or challenge authority, you're living out the legacy of that revolutionary idea. But ideas are one thing. Fighting for them is another. The war itself was brutal and far from a guaranteed win. Think about the soldiers at Valley Forge during the winter of 1777. Men like Joseph Plum Martin, a young Continental soldier who wrote about the starvation, the freezing cold, and the despair. They were an army of farmers and merchants, facing the most powerful military in the world. What kept them going was the belief in what they were fighting for. This struggle created a core American identity, one of resilience, of the underdog spirit, and the idea that unity can overcome impossible odds. This spirit echoes today in our community responses to disasters and our collective pride in overcoming challenges. The war also fundamentally shaped our government. The founders were terrified of creating another tyranny like the one they had just escaped. This fear is why we have the separation of powers: the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court all checking each other's power. It's why we have a Bill of Rights, guaranteeing freedoms like speech, religion, and the press. These weren't afterthoughts. They were direct responses to the abuses of King George III. Think about the Third Amendment, which prevents the government from forcing you to house soldiers. It sounds odd today, right? But for the colonists who were forced to quarter British troops in their homes, it was a deeply personal issue. Every part of our Constitution is a lesson learned from the Revolution. The war's influence even extends to the world stage. America. Its victory sent a shocking message across the globe. A colony could successfully revolt and establish a government based on the consent of the governed. This inspired countless other movements. From the French Revolution just a few years later, two independence movements across Latin America and the world over the next 2 centuries. The American experiment became a beacon, a test case for democracy that is still being watched and debated today. So the next time you see an American flag or hear a debate about individual rights, remember it's not just history. It's the living, breathing result of a revolutionary war fought by ordinary people who dared to imagine a different future. The choices they made, the sacrifices they endured, and the principles they fought for are woven into the very fabric of our lives. The past is never really past. It's the code that shapes our present and our future. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the past interesting, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into history. See you next time.